Right now, as we speak, America's closest allies are walking away from the most expensive fighter jet program in history. Portugal just said no. Spain canceled talks. Switzerland wants out. Canada is looking elsewhere. The F-35, once the crown jewel of American military might, is suddenly toxic. What changed? One word: Trump. This isn't just about playing. This is about trust, trade wars, and the cracking foundation of America's global defense empire. The numbers are staggering. We're talking about a $2 trillion program. That's trillion with a T-19. Allied nations were once lined up to buy these stealth fighters. Now, they're backing out faster than you can say trade tariff. The ripple effects are massive. When your allies stop buying your weapons, it's not just bad business. It's a national security crisis waiting to happen. If you're concerned about America's military strength and our relationships with key allies, type "concerned" in the comments below. March 13th, 2025. That's the day Portugal's defense minister dropped a bombshell. No more F-35s. Instead, they're buying European fighters. His reason? The unpredictability of the United States under Trump. Think about that. A NATO ally just called America unpredictable. But Portugal wasn't alone. Spain followed suit in August, officially ending all F-35 talks. Their defense ministry was crystal clear: European options only. They're redirecting $10.5 billion away from American suppliers. That's real money walking out the door. Then came Switzerland. Politicians across party lines demanding cancellation of their $9 billion F-35 order. Why? Trump slapped them with a 39% tariff, the highest rate imposed on any developed country. Swiss lawmakers said it perfectly. A country that throws rocks at us in trade shouldn't get a present. Canada's next. Defense Minister Bill Blair announced they're examining alternatives to their $19 billion F-35 deal. 88 fighters suddenly in doubt. The reason? Trump's threats to make Canada the 51st state and crushing trade tariffs. Here's what makes this terrifying. These aren't just any countries. These are our closest allies, our NATO partners, our friends for decades. And they're all saying the same thing: America can't be trusted anymore. Military partnerships aren't built overnight. They take decades of shared values, common goals, and mutual respect. Our allies trusted American weapons because they trusted America. That trust is evaporating faster than morning fog. Portuguese Defense Minister Nuno Melo put it best: the predictability of our allies is a greater asset to take into account. When your allies start talking about your unpredictability, that's not good. That's diplomatic speak for "we can't count on you anymore." The F-35 program was supposed to showcase American innovation and strengthen allied bonds. Instead, it's becoming a symbol of American unreliability. Our military leaders spent years convincing allies this was the fighter of the future. Now, those same allies are running for the exits. But here's the kicker: it's not just about the planes. These countries are questioning everything. If America can't be trusted on defense deals, what about intelligence sharing? What about joint operations? What about standing together when it really matters? Let's talk numbers that'll make your head spin. The F-35 program employs hundreds of thousands of Americans. Lockheed Martin, the prime contractor, has over 1,500 suppliers across the country. When allies cancel orders, those jobs disappear. Those factories close. Those communities suffer. Switzerland's order alone was worth $9.1 billion. Spain was looking at billions more. Portugal, Canada, the list goes on. We're not talking pocket change here. We're talking about the backbone of American aerospace manufacturing. But it gets worse. The F-35 was designed around international partnerships. Countries like the UK, Italy, and the Netherlands don't just buy the planes. They build parts for them. When trust breaks down, that whole system falls apart. The Pentagon had to issue emergency statements reassuring partners there's no kill switch in F-35s. Think about that. We had to promise our allies we won't sabotage the weapons we sell them. The fear is real. Allies worry Trump could cut off spare parts, block software updates, or deny maintenance support. When you're flying a $100 million fighter jet, those fears matter a lot. Switzerland shows how bad it's gotten. They thought they had a fixed price deal. Then came sticker shock, an extra $1.3 billion because of tariffs and inflation. That's what happens when trade wars meet defense contracts. Nobody wins. Our military leaders are watching this unfold with growing alarm. The F-35 wasn't just a business deal. It was strategic. When allies fly the same fighters, they can work together seamlessly. Shared communications, shared tactics, shared strength. Now that unity is fracturing, Spain's choosing European fighters. Portugal's looking at European options. Canada's considering Swedish alternatives. Each decision pulls them further from American military systems and closer to competitor. The timing couldn't be worse. China's building naval power. Russia's testing boundaries. Iran's spreading influence. This is exactly when we need our allies closest. Instead, they're drifting away because they can't predict what America will do next. Our Air Force, Navy, and Marines planned around allied F-35 operations, joint training exercises, shared intelligence systems, coordinated deployments. All of that gets complicated when allies start flying different planes with different capabilities. This goes way beyond fighter jets. When allies lose confidence in American defense partnerships, they start looking elsewhere for everything. Tanks, ships, missiles, radar systems, the whole American defense export machine starts grinding to a halt. European defense companies are celebrating. They're picking up contracts that would have gone to American firms. The French Rafale fighter is suddenly more attractive. European missile systems look safer. German tanks seem more reliable, not because they're better, but because their governments are more predictable. The irony is crushing. Trump talks about making America great again, but his policies are driving allies toward competitors. Every canceled F-35 order strengthens European defense industries and weakens American ones. Intelligence sharing takes a hit too. When allies question American reliability on weapons deals, they start questioning everything else. Classified information becomes more guarded. Joint operations get scaled back. The whole network of relationships that keeps America safe starts unraveling. China and Russia are watching this drama with undisguised glee. Every ally that walks away from American weapons is a victory for them. They don't have to fire a shot or spend a dime. Trump's trade wars are doing their work for them. Putin's been trying for years to split NATO. Trump's accomplishing it faster than Putin ever dreamed possible. When Switzerland questions American reliability, Moscow smiles. When Spain chooses European fighters over American ones, Beijing celebrates. The strategic implications are staggering. American military dominance isn't just about having the best weapons. It's about allies choosing those weapons and integrating them into joint forces. When that integration breaks down, American power projection weakens everywhere. Look at the Pacific. Japan and South Korea still want F-35s, but they're watching what's happening in Europe very carefully. If Trump starts trade wars with Asian allies, they might reconsider too. That would be catastrophic for containing China. The F-35 was supposed to be the backbone of Allied air power for the next 30 years. American, British, Italian, Dutch, and Canadian F-35s working together as one integrated force. Now that vision is crumbling because of trade disputes and political unpredictability. European leaders are already talking about strategic autonomy. That's diplomat speak for reducing dependence on America. Every canceled F-35 order pushes them closer to that goal. Every trade tariff makes American weapons less attractive. Every political threat drives allies toward alternatives. Behind every canceled contract are real people with real jobs. The F-35 program supports communities across America. Texas, where the planes are built. Connecticut, where the engines come from. Dozens of states where components are manufactured. When Switzerland cancels, workers in Fort Worth feel it. When Spain walks away, suppliers in small-town America suffer. When Canada looks elsewhere, entire supply chains get disrupted. These aren't just numbers on a spreadsheet. These are families facing uncertainty because of political decisions made thousands of miles away. Our military men and women understand the bigger picture. They've worked alongside allied forces for decades. They know how important these relationships are. They see the damage being done and they're frustrated. Professional soldiers and airmen watching political decisions undermine everything they've built. The saddest part? Much of this damage is self-inflicted. America still builds the world's best fighters. Our military technology is still unmatched. Our defense industry is still the most innovative on Earth. But politics is destroying what technology created. Not all is lost. Some allies are sticking with the F-35 despite the turbulence. Norway completed its full order of 52 fighters. The UK is actually buying more, including nuclear-capable variants. Belgium added 11 more planes to their fleet. Denmark wants to increase their numbers. These loyal allies understand something crucial. The F-35 program is bigger than any one administration. It's a multi-decade commitment that will outlast current political storms. They're betting on America's long-term reliability, not short-term unpredictability. The Pentagon is working overtime to reassure nervous partners. They've issued statements guaranteeing no kill switches exist. They've promised continued support regardless of political changes. They understand that trust once lost takes years to rebuild. American defense contractors are adapting too. They're offering more flexible deals, better offset arrangements, more technology sharing. They know the competition is fierce and allies have options. The days of take it or leave it are over. The F-35 story isn't over, but it's definitely changed. What started as a symbol of American leadership and allied cooperation has become a case study in how politics can damage decades of careful relationship building. Our allies aren't abandoning America because they don't like us. They're protecting themselves from unpredictability they can't afford. When you're spending billions on defense systems that must work for 30 years, stability matters more than anything else. The question now is whether America can rebuild the trust that's been damaged. Can we show allies we're reliable partners again? Can we separate defense cooperation from trade disputes? Can we remember that our strength comes not just from our weapons, but from our friends who choose to use them alongside us? The F-35 program will survive, but it'll be smaller and less international than originally planned. That's a loss for everyone involved. America loses jobs and influence. Allies lose interoperability and shared costs. The whole free world loses the unity that keeps us safe. The choice is ours. We can continue down this path of division and distrust, or we can remember what made America great in the first place. Not just our military might, but our ability to lead by example and inspire others to follow. If this analysis opened your eyes to what's really happening with our defense relationships, hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the stories that matter. The future of American leadership depends on understanding these complex challenges, and together we can work towards solutions that strengthen both America and our vital alliances.